Good day. This is Trader C Brown here. Today we're going to be looking at week 50 trade analysis on GU, EURUSD, and GDP gold. Actually, we'll look at that. Okay, first of all, this is GU. We can see that we're having price on the 4-hour time frame. Price is retracing back up, and if you look at the daily, we definitely have price action of a pullback into that area, and price obviously struggling on that pullback. So if you were to put a fib here, you realize that that pullback is almost getting to the place where we should be expecting price action using this area here. If we use this area, we're getting close. So this is a place I will be expecting price to sell on looking at the daily time frame. So two things I'm gonna do just to create an awareness here. We're gonna look at this area, price action. Okay, so that will be on that level where price rejected and created a core body high. So that would be psychological level 1.27500. Okay, we're very close to where price is. Okay, and alternatively, we can make price to be at this level where we have 1.2800. So we make it 1.2800 on that level. So, and then we will mark this 1.27. So we will mark 1.27 psychological level. Okay. So let's mark 1.27 psychological level. Let's change that to 1.27 psychological level. So now we are looking at some things that price stay above this high, we're going to be buying more, and price trade below this 1.2700, we're going to be selling all the way down to 1.2024, because that's a very strong psychological level. 1.24 psychological level this before the end of the year. Hopefully by next year we should be able to get there, but let's see, maybe before the end of the year we're looking at that 1.24 psychological level. So these areas are very important area I want you to pay attention to. The price areas I want you to pay attention to. The zone here, which is 1.28, pay attention to 1.27 and 1.24. Now, the reason for that is this is a pullback. Market is already selling on GU, so we're expecting price to drop even more to the downside on GU. So this is a pullback, and as long as price is trading inside the zone, we'll be expecting price to obviously push higher, and we expect price to push higher to this up level and then continue to the upside, and then we'll have a reversal. But if price was going to sell, then we're expecting price obviously to break low, close below 24. That's what you should be waiting for. Price close below 24, so you can we use on Monday, which is tomorrow, to wait for that price action to close below 24. If we have price close below 24, then we can keep selling all the way to close below 1.27. Then we should be selling to 1.24. So that's what we're looking at on this pair, and we need to see that happen. Then we have to put a trend line here also to confirm that the market is going to stay above that level where we can see there is already price action there, so we can place that trend line right there. So this gives us a directional bias that we should be expecting. If price break above this high, close above it, then we want price to push above 1.28 to continue to the upside, and then we'll be targeting this liquidity area that price have over here. All of these places, this will be massive liquidity area that price will come to. So we'll mark that area as liquidity zone, which means that price will eventually push up and target these areas of liquidity to fill up this imbalance where we have this fair value gap around that level. So we could also mark that zone as area of fair value gap, as you can see. Let me use the tool to mark it. So we have area here of fair value gap. This is area of fair value gap as well, which you can have price action to come in there as an area of interest. Okay, so I don't have my fair value gap marked out there, but you can equally use it as the fair value gap. So again, that's when we should be looking for price to get even higher to that level, take our liquidity, tap into that fair value gap, and then sell for massive drop that could possibly happen. So this is what I'm looking forward to, and just a simple analysis on the daily, and you want to see this happen as well. That price, that's a small counter trend. Want to see that price break out of that small counter trend, and then we can anticipate a continuation to the downside. So if you move to the 4-hour time frame, it becomes very clear to see that we have a first breakout, above that trend line, and then it broke back inside. So it stayed inside below the trend line. So we should expect price to stay above to continue buying. So we need a break above this psychological level to continue to the upside. And also if price to drop, then we need price to break again this trend line. Okay, let's adjust it properly on the 4-hour. So we have price to break this trend line, then retest probably on that psychological level, which is 1.27, and then we can look for a sell. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. At the moment, the market could choose to push higher, it could choose to drop lower. We are not so sure of the direction that the market will go. That's why I'm giving these options here. So if you go to the daily again, like I said, we're bearish overall, okay, but we're not sure if the market wants to go lower to take out this low, or market wants to still push up. So that's why we're setting up this area of interest, multiple area of school of thoughts that the market could obviously come to, and then many traders are looking at these areas to take opportunities from the trade. So I believe that those are the areas we should be paying attention to as well. So you can see the weekly is still bullish overall. We could see that on the weekly we have that break of structure, so we should be expecting price on the weekly to still pull back all the way up. You see, all the way up to this area that we anticipated the fair value gap should be on the fib retracement. So that's possibly we might be seeing push up still. So I still think that price will go up on GU. So the retracement is still ongoing, and I will encourage you to be careful not to sell until price gives us the direction that I showed you on the daily time frame. Okay, all right, that is on GU. I hope you got that. So let's look at Euro USD on this particular market. Where's my Euro USD? Here we go, Euro USD. Now, Euro USD is obviously, again, just more like the GU. We see that price reacting at that level, creating liquidity pool. So there's a massive drop that happened. So the market is strongly bearish on the daily, but on the weekly, the market's obviously bearish as well. So this is a retracement to the upside. So if we were to look at the weekly behavior, if I move this trend line a bit and you look at the weekly behavior, you see that this imbalance needs to be filled. So I'm expecting price to react to this order block. So for that reason, I will be moving this fib over to this area where this prices are, and then stretch it to this low. Okay, so that gives us this area of interest here. So it means that price may still push up as a retracement to the upside, just like GU. We're anticipating GU to push up and come to this key level here. So what you want to do is a simple thing. You want to put your price actions around the major psychological level. As you can see, we're looking at 0.0600, which is around the high. So we expect price to break that high and continue to the upside. And then we also have 0.0400 really. We might actually choose 0.500, which is fine, 0.0500. So that's another strong psychological level area there, which also created a maintenance. So we want to see that price trade below that and then goes down. But I doubt that price will come below that level. I still feel that the market is still pushing up to the upside. So we might be able to look at that clearly on the daily. So on the daily, we already map out this area. You see this consolidation zone. Okay, we want price to break out of the zone to continue. So what we're looking for, if it breaks out, so you need to pay attention, guys. You want to see that price break above and retest and continue to the upside. You want to see that, or it just break above, continue to the upside. Then you want to look for more buys until we get to this area of interest here, this yellow box here, this area where you have the fib of 79, 70, 71 and 61 as well of the Fibonacci retracement. So you want to be able to see this zone, which is this other block on the daily time frame. Okay, I want to mark that daily area of order block here. So this a key area here. Also, we have a fair value gap as well. So we have a fair value gap, or alternatively, just mark the fair value gap. Okay, that area, the fair value gap. So we're expecting price to come to that fair value gap and then reject to the downside. So this is daily time frame. So there's a lot of movement, which is a lot of pips to be taken. That's about 300 pips, about 200, about 200 to 300, 250 pips that could be traded to the upside before we could expect a drop. So these are area of interest you should mark. This psychological level here. So if price break that, then we're anticipating that price want to push even higher. So we also have a trend line that could be possibly waiting for price action here as well. So this is a trend line. So if you maintain, if price maintain that trend line, we should be anticipating a retracement, a little bit of pullback somewhere around here, where price will come in there. Let me draw it properly. We want price to push up, tap in there, maybe reject because there's an order block there too. We also have that order block, and price reject, it could come down a little more, but maybe target to take out liquidity. So watch out. If price doesn't break that, then it continued. Let's say it doesn't break it, it rejects, then we're going to sell. If it breaks it, then you look for buy to the upside. So watch out on that trend line. That trend line is very important to pay attention to. And that's still in a bracket zone. So at the moment, EURUSD is in consolidation, a brief consolidation, and we need price to break out of there to be able to continue a directional bias. But watch out for those psychological level that I gave to mark on. So I will not really pay more attention on EURUSD. I would rather pay more attention on GU. GU have more potential to push up. So let's look at gold. Gold, as we look at it last week, we expected gold to come back here on this psychological level, this major Fibonacci retracement of that impulsive move to the upside to continue again. So as we can see, gold on the daily is still consolidating. We have several days that gold was just in one position, never moved throughout last week. So I will mark this area of gold. Okay, first of all, I will mark this area of gold Just a minute. Mark this price area of gold, because we expect price to break out of that consolidation phase of gold. We can't trade it as long as price is inside. So if price break above this area, okay, then we have this zone and even up to this high for price to trade. So you can literally look for buy to the upside. But at the moment, is in consolidation. So there's no really proper direction to look at gold except price break out of that consolidation phase, and then we know that we are heading to the upside. So pay attention to that as well. So I will encourage you to wait for price to break out of that zone. Mark it on your chart and wait for price to break out of there. And then we'll be looking at the upside. So when it comes to gold right now, I wouldn't want to look at pushing price except it comes out of that zone. I'm not looking at buying or selling at the moment. We want to see the direction of the market. If it breaks below, we keep selling. If it breaks above, then we buy. So that's what we want to see. We want price to come out of this consolidation phase. So on gold, I'm not going to touch much. I'm not going to talk a lot about that. I'm not going to say much about it because it's obvious we are in a consolidation phase. So those are the three pair I would like to talk about this week and week 50. And I hope you guys enjoy. And also Christmas is coming, New Year is coming. I hope you trade wisely and stay away from consolidation market. All right, guys, thank you so much. Be safe. I'm Trader C. Brown, still your best friend in trading. We will see you next week. Bye for now.